name's Mackenzie. If you haven't practiced with me before, this is gentle chair yoga, and we'll just be moving nice and gently today through some different poses in the chair. We won't come down on the floor, but you don't need any props for this class. You just can I'm just using the dining room chair, and I've got some water with me, but that's about it. And comfy clothes, always cool. All right. So just as you're getting started, you can just shake out a little bit. Wiggle, stretch, find a way that will help you settle into the chair. Maybe you're feeling very still already this morning. That is also wonderful. And feel free to just settle yourself back into your chair and let yourself relax and release. And we'll just start with a few letting go breaths here. Nice big inhales in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And a few of those. Nice big inhales. And with each exhale, just invite the body to start to settle a little deeper. Into your seat, you might feel that pull of gravity, just kind of anchoring you in here. Rooting yourself down. And then on these next exhales, invite your mind to arrive with your body. And feel the mind start to settle, letting go of anything you don't need in this moment. And inviting the mind to come to this present moment. If the mind is feeling very active, you can invite the mind to just follow that inhale and exhale of the breath. Inviting everything to settle here. In this moment, in this breath. And then take a moment just with the mind, scan down through the body. From the head all the way down to the toes. Just notice anything that's here, any sensations. So there might be some physical sensations. You might feel some emotions, some tension. Not needing to change any of it, just notice what's present. space for all of it to be here. No right or wrong. And when you make your way all the way down to your toes, begin to deepen your breath right into the belly. And if you'd like to, you can place one or both hands on the belly just to feel that breath. Nice deep inhales, deep exhales. On your next inhale, let that breath start to deepen from the belly up to the middle of the lungs. And on your next inhale, let that breath deepen from the belly all the way up to the collarbone. Exhale from the collarbone down to the belly. You might place a hand on the heart here just to feel that breath. And let this breath just continue to expand over the next few breaths. And take a moment just to notice that deep inhale, the deep exhale, how it feels within your body. What does it feel like to get this big breath into the whole torso of the body? Does it help you feel more balanced? Does it feel unbalanced at the current moment? And what does balance feel like to you? When does your body feel balanced? When does it feel a little off balance? When does your environment feel unbalanced? Allow that to be the exploration for today, the inquiry for today. What does balance look like to you? Does it feel, can you feel that in this moment, just that full deep breath? Does that provide you with some sense of groundedness, of feeling fully present here? Is there something else that your body needs in order to feel those those qualities of balance, and what are those qualities for you? As we move today, just allow that door to open and that question to be kind of lingering in the air. What does balanced feel like to me? And you might not have specific words or characteristics or qualities that you can pinpoint at this moment what that looks like. But allow it to be open. What does balanced feel like to my body, to my mind? And let's take a full deep breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. On your next inhale, feel your sits bones and your legs and your feet press down into the floor. On your inhale, feel your spine kind of rise up, maybe rising up off the back of the chair here, getting nice and long, growing out of those roots that are pressing down. And then the spine and the crown of the head is pressing up towards the sky like a beautiful spring plant growing out of the ground, reaching towards the sun. Nice full deep inhale. Let the shoulders roll up and back, away from the ears, dropping down the back. Beautiful. Take another inhale here. And on your exhale, chin comes down towards the chest, round the upper back a little bit here. Keep the collarbone really open and the shoulder blades together, helping to stretch the back of the neck. Beautiful. Start to find a little movement with the head. Let the jaw be nice and loose as you move. And maybe your movement looks like mine. Maybe it looks a little different. Maybe there's a little side-to-side movement. Maybe you start to explore different movements. Let it be slower, let it be quicker, depending on what feels good to you. Keep the breath moving. And then start to make your way all the way back to center, chin down towards the chest. Bring the hands down to the side. Take a nice big inhale. Press into the sits bones. Let your arms reach up. Ooh. Maybe there's a yawn that comes through. Maybe a sigh. Only reaching up as far as feels good for your body and your shoulders. We want the shoulders to stay happy. Ooh. And find your movement this morning. Just finding a morning stretch or an afternoon stretch or an evening stretch whenever you're signing on to watch. Beautiful. Awesome. Come all the way back to center. Fingertips reach up as high as they would like. Maybe you're in cactus arms. Maybe you're a little bit higher this morning. Take a nice big inhale here. Stretch up nice and tall. Exhale. Fingers come down to the knees. Take a nice big inhale. Lengthen your spine and start to lean forward here. Nice and long through the spine. Nice and tall. And lean forward just as far as you'd like. You might stop here. You might come down a little bit further. Your arms might come down, your arms might stay, or your hands might stay on your knees. And you can find a little bit of movement. Make your way all the way back to center. Nice big inhale, press the hands into the knees, rise up nice and tall. Beautiful. Couple times with the shoulders, roll up and back, nice big inhale. Beautiful, big exhales, big deep breath. One more. All right, shake out the hands. Beautiful. You'll scoot yourself forward on your chair, so you're off of the back of the chair, and you can walk your feet a little bit wider here. Hands can come out in front of you, so your feet are your nice foundation here. Hands out in front, joints are nice and loose here. On your inhale, like you're painting a wall with your fingertips, you're gonna bring your hands up as high as they'd like to go. Exhale, bring it down. Nice and loose in the joints. Nice big inhale. And exhale. So just loosening up the shoulders. Let the shoulders and the arms and the elbows and the wrists be nice and loose. Big, full, deep breaths. One more. Beautiful. On your next inhale, bring your arms up to chest height and then open up nice and wide. Exhale, bring the hands forward. Give yourself a big hug. Walk the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Lean forward just a little bit and find a little bit of movement here. Big full breath. Awesome. Notice which arm is on top. Come all the way back to center. On your inhale, bring it up and open up nice and wide. Beautiful. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Walk the fingers towards your shoulder blades. Lean forward, find a little bit of movement. It should feel nice in the lower back. It might feel nice between the shoulders as well. You might feel it somewhere else, as long as it feels good and like it's stretching something. That's what we want. Any pain, please back out. Full deep inhale. Full exhale. Come all the way back to center. Nice big inhale. Open up. And exhale. Hands drop down to the chair. You'll squeeze the shoulder blades in together. Open up the collarbone. Lean back just a little. Full breath. One more here. Really squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, release. Beautiful. Hands can drop down to the sides. On your inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Couple more big sighs on your release. Maybe you lift your hands a little bit more. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more. Good shake this time. Beautiful. Shake the hands. Awesome. All right, hands come right to the knees. Take a nice big inhale, long spine, and exhale. Start to find some movement with the torso. Moving around in a circle. Doesn't need to be quick. And opposite direction. Awesome. Bring it all the way back to center. Take a nice big inhale. Full exhale. Awesome. Your left shoulder is going to drop over to your right knee here. I really feel this stretch right in the back here and the side of my back. On your inhale, you'll come back through center. Exhale over to the opposite side. Big inhale, bring it back through center. Don't have to move quick. Just finding your stretch. Maybe you take a full breath here because it feels nice. Maybe you switch on your inhale and your exhale. This really helps my lower back to extend and stretch out. Beautiful. Take one more. Each side. Awesome. Bring it all the way back up through center. Hands come down to the sides. Take a nice big inhale. Stretch the arms as high as they would like to go. And exhale. Start to twist towards the right. Right hand's going to drop behind you to the chair. Left hand to your right thigh. Take a nice big inhale. Lengthen real tall. Exhale to twist. Beautiful. One more breath. Awesome. On your inhale, hands can sweep chest level or all the way up. Come all the way over to the opposite side. Left hand to the chair, right hand to your left thigh. Big inhale, press high. Exhale, twist deeper. Full breath. One more. Beautiful. On your inhale, hands sweep. Palms come together. Take a nice big inhale, press up. Exhale, bring the hands apart and bring the hands all the way down. On your inhale, flip the palms up. Nice big inhale, lift. Flip the palms out at the top. Exhale, lower. Nice big sun breaths here. Nice big inhale. And exhale, release. Couple more. Big inhale. Big inhale. And exhale, drop it all the way down. Awesome. Hands come to the thighs just for a moment. On your inhale, feel yourself press tall. Sits bones and the legs press down. Feel the crown reach up towards the ceiling. Big deep inhale. Full exhale. Beautiful. Right hand can come back to the chair or stay on the thigh. Find what feels good for you. Your left hand is going to reach across to the right side. Take a nice big inhale, open up, you're gonna sweep across. Beautiful. Flip the palm when you get nice and open here, and then sweep back. Flip it the opposite way, sweep across. You can get your torso kind of involved in this too. Big, deep breaths. And find whatever breath works well for you. The next time you open all the way back up, hand can come down to the thigh or to the chair. And bring that left arm all the way across. Open up, nice big inhale. And switch the opposite way. Exhale, bring it across. Continue on your breath. Big, deep breaths. You don't have to move fast. Keep the joints nice and loose. And take one more big inhale. Awesome. Bring it all the way back around to the chair. Both hands to the chair here. On your inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades, open up the heart, open up the collarbone, press the chest forward. Full breath. One more. Beautiful. Release back to a nice tall seat. Hands come down to the sides. On your inhale, sweep your hands real high. And exhale to those sun breaths. Beautiful. Maybe you add a ha breath at the end. Big inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. A couple more like this. On your inhale, bring it all the way back up. Palms come together at the top. Exhale down to heart center. Take a moment here. Full breath. Notice how you're feeling. Beautiful. One more big breath. Awesome. Hands come down to the sides. Shake out the hands. Beautiful. All right. You'll have your feet nice and wide here. We're going to come up to standing. We're going to do it, come up into goddess pose here. So you'll get your feet nice and settled on the ground. Your knees will be nice and wide here. So your feet are kind of out at an angle. I don't know if you can see my feet. Back up just a touch. That seems a little bit better. So my feet are not way out to the sides, but they're not straight forward either. They're just a little bit out, and the heels are pointed, and my toes are pointed out a little bit here. All right, so my hands are gonna stay on my knees for now. I'm just going to lean forward, not coming off the chair quite yet, and just notice where my weight is distributed in my feet. So if it's a little bit more in your toes, you might want to scoot your feet forward a little bit. If it's a little bit more in your heels, so your legs are farther out, or your feet are a step farther out, you might bring them in a little bit. We want that weight distributed evenly on the whole foot here. And I like to offer this to folks who might have trouble getting out of the chair or balancing. This is a nice nice test for people to try to see if their weight is distributed evenly when they're coming up. And when you're feeling good about how your feet are, you can start to lift off of the chair here and just find a little bit of movement. I'm gonna just find a little moving goddess pose to begin with. Awesome. And then you can start to come all the way back to center and sink your knees. Your knees want to be right over your ankles here. Beautiful. You can have your hands on your legs. You can bring your arms up into some goddess arms here, cactus arms. Take a nice big inhale, press into the feet, rise up to 5-pointed star. Exhale. Awesome. And we're going to add some goddess breath to this. Nice big inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, out your mouth, stick out your tongue. Beautiful. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Nice big inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, down into goddess. Beautiful. Find a little dancing goddess side to side. Awesome. Come all the way back to center. Nice big inhale. Stretch open the arms. Stretch open the fingers as well. Stretching the palms. Pulling the fingers back as much as you can. Nice big inhale. Full exhale. Take one more here. Big inhale. Full exhale. And let everything melt down. Walk the feet together. Shake it out a little bit. Shake out the legs. Shake out the hands. shoulders. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. From here, let's roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Awesome. Beautiful. So you're going to come to your chair. I'm going to move my water out to the side here. You might grab a sip of water as well. We're going to do a few half sun salutations here, which are one of my favorite ways to get really balanced. So there's a couple options for your chair. Excuse me while I move my chair around. I'm going sideways just so you can see. You might not want to fold forward as much, so you might stay on the tall end of your chair. I'll show you what we're doing really quick. We're going to come up and then fold forward, so you might fold forward here and just take a nice little half lift and then fold back down, and then you might come all the way back up and back down. This might work for you. You might want to come to the lower side of your chair, do the same thing, but that'll be a nice little support. If you're feeling like you want to do your full fold forward, that's up to you. I'm going to be using the chair for this one. So I'm going to show you on that lower end of the chair here. So we're going to start just by getting the feet nice and solid underneath. So just the same way when we were in the chair and we were feeling the roots really grow down and feeling the sits bones press down, feeling the legs press down, we're going to press into the floor so your feet are really active on the ground here. If you have shoes on while you're doing this, that's okay too. Just feel your feet press down. Awesome. And then feel the body start to rise up out of that. So maybe you're pulling your lower belly in. Maybe your shoulders are coming up and back. Fingertips can reach down towards the ground as well. And the crown of your head is pressing up towards the ceiling. Take a nice full inhale. Full exhale. Beautiful. Hands come down to the sides. On your inhale, sweep your arms high. And it might be up like this. It might be a little bit lower in cactus arms. You'll take a nice big inhale. And exhale, start to fold forward. Bend your knees here. Hands can come down to the chair. And nice bend in the knees. Let your head be heavy and just wag your tail side to side. Come all the way back to center. Nice big inhale, lengthen the spine from the head to the tailbone. Exhale, release. Come all the way back to center. Hands come down, nice big inhale. Pulling through the lower belly to rise up. Palms come together, exhale down to heart center. Full deep breath. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice big inhale, hands rise. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. Nice big inhale, press into the feet. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and high. Palms come together. Exhale down to heart center. One more here. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Nice and gentle. Big inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Palms come together. Exhale down to heart center. Full deep breath. Just take a moment to notice. Where is that balance? That feeling of balance coming in? Is it coming in? Is it feeling stirred up? Big breath. the hands all the way down to the sides. Shake them out just a little bit here. Beautiful. All right, from here, let's turn the chair over to the side for a moment. And you can come to, my left hand is going to be on the chair here. And same thing with the feet. I'm going to get really grounded and really feel my feet rooting down and my crown pressing up towards the ceiling. You can think of like a tree, how the tree is rooting down, and that's the position we're going to come into. And rising up really tall here. So you can hold on to the chair if you would like to. The left foot is going to be your standing foot for now. So you might put your right hand onto your hip just so it has a place. And start to shift the weight over to the left leg. And just start to peel the right heel off of the floor. So you don't even need to go any further than this if this feels like enough to you. But you might press in a little stronger to that standing leg, to the left foot, the left leg, and feel yourself rise up a little bit taller. Big deep breath. Awesome. And then turn the foot out. You can start here at a little kickstand. You can come up a little bit higher if you'd like. You notice my hip is kind of coming into the chair a little bit. I'm going to pull that hip in so I'm feeling nice and tall in towards the midline. Beautiful. Full deep breath. Go wherever feels good to you. If it feels better to be low today, then find that. If it feels better to be a little bit higher, that's great too. You might branch up one arm and hover over here. You might branch up both arms. Big breath. If there's a little intentional wind in your branches, that's wonderful as well. Feel the lower belly really helping you to stabilize. Take one more inhale. If your hands are high, they can come together into prayer and bring your hands all the way down, or you can come down to the chair. Nice and slowly turn that knee forward and bring the foot to land on the floor. Nice full breath. Awesome. And just notice how your body's feeling here. If it's feeling that unbalanced feeling of engaging all the muscles on this side of the body and not engaging this yet, or engaging this side in a different way, I should say. Beautiful. And then we'll move over to the opposite side of the chair. So right hand's on the chair, right foot is going to be your standing leg for the moment. Nice big inhale, just find the mountain pose. So you're pressing your feet into the floor, feeling your crown rise up. Maybe the left hand is on the hip. Big breath. Awesome. Start to shift the weight into the right foot and just peel that left heel off of the floor for the moment. Full breath. Awesome. So you can start to turn that knee out to the side. Maybe just kickstand at the ankle here. Maybe you lift up a little bit higher. It's going to be different on each side, so don't think because you did one side one way, this side is going to be the same, right? You can press into that standing leg and press up nice and tall. Hug that hip in. Nice full breath. Shoulders relax. Awesome. And maybe on this side you choose to lift an arm off and branch an arm out. maybe the other side as well. Let the shoulders relax wherever the shoulders are here. Full breath. Big, deep inhales. Relax where you can. Feel the trunk of your tree, the legs and the lower belly really helping you to hug in and be really strong. And remember, the tops of the trees are very playful. They like to wave in the wind. They're relaxed. Big, full breath. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, palms come together. Come all the way down to heart center. Maybe you can bring your hand to the chair. Turn that knee forward and come all the way down. Awesome. Beautiful. And just take a moment to notice. Noticing if it feels balanced within the body. If it doesn't, and there's no wrong answer. Beautiful. Come all the way back to the front of your chair here. And I'm going to make sure the chair is nice and close behind me in case I'd like to sit down. And I even have my knees against the back of the chair. That's my little indicator to my brain that the chair is still there. Awesome. So my feet are going to come a little bit wider. We're not going to come all the way down to sitting quite yet, but my feet are going to stay a little bit wider. And just like we did in the chair earlier, we're going to find some nice full body breaths. So nice and loose through the joints, nice and loose through the hands, through the wrists, and almost like my fingers are paint brushes. We're gonna lift up and then come all the way down. Awesome. So I might come a little bit lower. My chair's still behind me just in case I need it. Take a nice big inhale and exhale. Beautiful. You might bring in those ha breaths yourself. Nice big inhale. And we're just letting everything start to come back to center. And with the big deep breaths, maybe you slow it down a little bit more. Let those breaths really travel all the way down into the belly, all the way up to the collarbone, and exhaling from the collarbone down to the belly. Beautiful. Take one more here. Nice big inhale. Full exhale. And then hands come down. Nice big inhale. Bring the hands up. Palms come together. Exhale down to heart center. Take a moment here just to notice. Big deep breath still. Notice how you're feeling. Beautiful. Hands can come down to the sides. Walk the feet just underneath the hips here. Your chair is still behind you. You might take a little peek at it just so your brain knows that it's there. Hands are going to come out in front of you as slowly as you can. Start to sit back into the chair. Real nice and slow, nice and controlled. Keep the breath moving and nice and gracefully glide into your chair. Beautiful. Awesome. Shoulders roll up and back. Awesome. And you'll come forward in your chair just a touch here. Bring your feet nice and wide out to the sides and find a little movement side to side with the knees. Big deep breath. One more. Awesome. Come all the way back to center. Feet come a little bit closer. Hands come down to the sides. Nice big inhale, sweep up. Exhale, release the hands down. Come all the way down to the knees. Nice big inhale, stretch the spine long. Exhale, fold forward. Find a little bit of movement here if you'd like. On your inhale, press into the knees. Rise up nice and tall. And then allow your hands to come with you. Palms come together. Exhale down to heart center. Big full breath. Take a moment here. Just notice what's here. Notice what's happening. Full deep breath. Notice if there's anything else that your body is asking you for in this moment. Anything else that would help you to feel more balanced, more settled in your practice today. Anything that your body is asking you for. And in this moment, this next moment or so, if you'd like to find another movement before we go into Shavasana, into our relaxation portion, then you can take a couple minutes to find a little movement. If not, you can start, if you're feeling good and you're feeling settled and everything, you can scoot your way back into your chair and just relax back. And just take some nice full deep breaths here. Maybe the exhale's a little bit longer. Maybe there's some nice letting go breaths where you're exhaling or sighing out the mouth. Just starting to settle in, make any little micro adjustments that might help you feel more relaxed, more settled. And with each of these exhales, notice your body sinking into your seat a little more. Notice your shoulders relaxing away from the ears. Maybe you're starting to feel that pull of gravity. Releasing the body down towards the floor. And let the hips start to sink in. Legs release down to the toes. Shoulders spread wide, arms heavy. Let the jaw relax so the teeth part in the back. Soften the skin around the eyes and the forehead. And let go of any effort with the breath. to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And maybe stretch in a few places that would feel good. Oh. Starting to wake up the body here. And then start to make your way all the way back to center. Take a nice full deep breath down into the belly. And let this breath continue to expand over the next few breaths. As you make your way into the rest of your day, you might choose to bring our intention with you, noticing the places where you feel the most balanced. What is it that you need to do in your life outside of your yoga practice to feel more balanced as you're moving through your daily tasks, your daily activities? What does it feel like when you're unbalanced, when you're feeling that unsettled feeling? And can you take a few full breaths into whatever feeling is showing up, knowing that neither is bad and neither is wrong? And just notice what's here. What can you do to help yourself feel even more balanced today? You can leave everything here if you would like to, and there's no wrong answer. Let's take a full breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. You can bring the palms together at heart center and take a moment to offer yourself a namaste, honoring the light and the wonderfulness that is you. Namaste. And namaste to you, friends. Thank you so much. I see and honor the light within each of you, sending you a lot of love, a lot of wellness. And I hope to practice with you again. Thank you so much. As always, there's no need to compensate. These are all classes that I wanted to offer just to keep everybody moving. And if you're feeling able to, or you'd like to donate, there's a link in the description. And you can offer a donation if you'd like. But again, no need to compensate if you're not feeling able to right now, or you're just looking for some free movement. That's wonderful as well. Love to you all. Stay well, and I will hopefully see you again soon. As always, this is Facebook Live chair classes will be Monday at 11 a.m. for the moment, or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the moment being. Wednesdays 11 a.m. will be Pilates, and Fridays 11 a.m. will be beginner's yoga flow movement. All of these are up on there's more on YouTube. These will also be uploaded to YouTube as well. And so you can take advantage of them there, use them again. They'll stay on the page if you want to look in the video section of the Facebook page as well. They'll be here. I am happy that you moved with me today. Love you, miss you to my students that I usually see in person. And I hope that we can move together again soon.